In the Heart of the Word, reflections by Father Joseph Mary, SCTJM, on the daily readings from the Holy Mass, Sunday of the 22nd week of Ordinary Time.
God bless you, dear family. Today in the Heart of the Word, Jesus says in the Gospel that he must go to Jerusalem and suffer greatly. Then Peter takes Jesus aside and begins to rebuke him, saying, "God forbid, Lord, no such thing shall ever happen to you." Jesus responds to Peter saying, "Get behind me, Satan. You're an obstacle to me. You are thinking not as God does, but as men do." What a moment. Just after Simon is named Peter, which means rock, the Lord calls him an obstacle, which in Greek is skandalon, where we get the word scandal, but which actually means stumbling stone. Simon is a rock on which Jesus will build his church, and a stone that can cause others to trip and fall on their path to God. Fundamentally, Jesus rebukes Simon for denying the cross. But notice what Jesus tells him, "You think as men do." Jesus is saying that if we remain in the logic of the world and our logic, we will assimilate the logic of the enemy, the evil one. We will think in terms of productivity, efficiency, usefulness, and comfort. We will have many good intentions, but we will lack one thing: love. And love requires sacrifice, which is the cross. For example, if someone is suffering horribly, isn't it better to end their life with medical assistance? Wouldn't that be compassionate? Euthanasia is thinking like men do. And if two people or even three people love each other, shouldn't they have the right to make their love permanent? Shouldn't they be happy? The redefinition of marriage is thinking like men do. And if a woman is raped, God forbid, shouldn't she have the right to end her pregnancy, which was forced upon her through violence? Isn't that what would be the best for her in a very difficult situation? My brothers and sisters, abortion in every circumstance is thinking as men do. But love changes our logic in all these cases. If someone is suffering, what they need to know is that they are loved, and that united to the cross, their suffering has meaning in the plan of God. Love means that we seek to relieve their suffering until the last breath, not to end it by taking their life. And what do you call a noble and self-sacrificial relationship between two or three people that love each other and share what is most deep and personal in life? Friendship. And the unique friendship between a man and a woman in a covenant of love which is open to life is called marriage. And marriage is ordered not only to the good of those who share this most noble form of human friendship, but to the life that is the fruit of their love. The good of the child is no less important than the good of those who marry. In fact, the logic of love means that those who marry are even willing to surrender their own good for the good of the child entrusted to their love. In the case of rape, the solution to violence against the woman is not more violence against the woman, and not for a woman to commit greater violence to her child than the aggressor originally committed against her. In the moment of temptation and doubt, a woman in crisis needs to be reassured that the life within her is a gift from God, and that giving her child life may in fact be her healing from the violence that she experienced. If she cannot keep the child, but offers the child for adoption, she will have peace for the rest of her life. That although she suffered horrifically, she protected her baby from the violence of her aggressor by stopping the cycle of violence and giving her child life. My brothers and sisters, the cross is love, and love implies sacrifice, and love is how we think like God. Let us listen to these words of Mother Adela. Every life is a gift, and we are all called to be custodians of life from conception to natural death. We are to build a culture of life by making choices of self-donation, by making daily gestures of love, by having a heart of solidarity and concern for others, thus making this world a home for the human person. And that is how God thinks about us. All for the heart of Jesus, through the heart of Mary.